Hello, and welcome to the Great Game Debate Podcast, where friends come together to talk about video games and our lives. I'll be your host, as always, Kaedhen Lane, and joining me as ever is the godfather of the debate himself, Jonah Gomez. How you doing, buddy?
I'm
It's
great.
Anniversary this weekend, right?
It was. I got a new ring. I don't know if it. Sorry, audio listeners. But it's got like this cool purplish red wood on the inside, and then they said it was forged carbon fiber on the outs. So
wow, that's tough.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I figured out what was wrong with my camera when I moved it last episode. It came unplugged a little bit. I thought I plugged it back in all the way, but I didn't. And so now we're not going to be messing with the webcam. So you get to see my lovely face. Yay!
All right. And of course, we have the pleasure of being joined by the Saucy himself, our man in Australia, Stephen Beaumont. How you doing, man?
Good to be back, lads. It's been a while.
Yeah. Glad to have you. Unfortunately, Wes, our man in the closet, will not be joining us this week. He's on a work trip. But in his place, we have two special returning guests, both Ryan from the Spelunkers and Travis from Draftpunks. How are you guys doing? It's great to have you back.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Go Mariners.
Yeah. Ryan, I think the last time you were on was our PC and console gaming debate episode, which I think was our first actual debate episode.
I thought it was the Borderlands versus Destiny debate.
Yeah.
Was the last time you were on?
Yeah, it was.
PC versus console is the one before that, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And Travis, you came on to do the Zelda items debate with Jonah, I think, probably.
Yeah, I came on to talk about how turning into a motorcycle wheel is better than riding a motorcycle. Was my
strong argument.
the best quotable we've had so far in our show.
Yep. Well, in Wes's honor, I've got some random video game trivia for you. Okay. There's a quote from Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, saying, when Mario 64 was being made, Miyamoto tested out the prototype on his own son, but his son kept trying to climb over an unclimbable hill over and over, making Miyamoto wonder, geez, does this kid have any brains? Now, many years later, there's a quote from Fujibayashi, the director of Breath of the Wild, who said, when we first presented this to Mr. Miyamoto, he spent about an hour just climbing trees. We left little treats like rupees on the trees, but we also left other things in other places we thought he might go, but he just kept climbing trees up and down. And so we got to the point where we went, do you want to look at other stuff? So, it seems like a situation where the apple doesn't fall far from the tree to me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm happy to have all of you here. I hope you picked up and dusted off your Guitar Hero controller on the way in, because it's time for the icebreaker. All right. Our question comes in this week from Traveling Snowman in the Discord. That's Chris Snow. Shout out. What game has the best ending? I'll gotta throw this one to you, Ryan. You got something loaded in the chamber for best ending?
Yeah, I maybe not a traditional ending because it's a new beginning in a sense, but I really love rolling through the Elite Four in Gen 2, and then all of a sudden Kanto opens up for you, and then the final fight with Red as a kid is just so nostalgic and
great answer.
Everything you get treated to in that game once you beat it is so good.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree.
When I sorry, could I just jump in? When I watched Brandon Jones was playing it for the first time ever, and you got across like using waterfall or whatever, and you get across to go to the Elite Four, and then someone's like, "Hey, you should check out your map. You're in Kanto now." And it's like, "Oh, cool." He looked at the map and he's like, "Oh, that's a cool like little Easter egg," and just didn't think anything of it. I thought that was like so cool.
Just did it in his heart, I guess. That's pretty funny. Yeah. What about you, Travis?
Near Automata ending E. It's
still need to get around to that myself.
Yeah, I won't talk about it, I guess, but
I can't talk about it.
I can't because I have shame. associated with
Oh,
that.
no.
If anyone, and if anyone has
now I'm
knows
intrigued.
I have the
what
shame
that
too.
is,
Yeah, for sure.
you do, man. You're like the
Yeah.
first person I've talked to who will freely admit to having the shame.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back and rectified your shame?
No, I need to rectify the shame.
I
good.
have gone back and rectified the shame, but
Wow, this is intense.
I mean, the fact
It
that
is
we can talk
intense.
about
It
an
is-
ending shrouded in mystery and have there be like shame around.
Yeah, I've never heard
that
that
you can
associated
do
with the video
something
game.
about.
Like
Yeah.
The best
Go ahead.
non-spoilery way I can explain to it is the ending of any Smash Bros. Game when you're shooting the credits, but you're crying.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
That is what happened to me. I was just like so emotionally enriched and devastated, and it was just
Well,
interesting.
and a game that could have been in contention for this week's debate as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for bringing it up, Steven. You gave me a perfect segue. Mine is Smash Bros. Melee and shooting the credits.
Yeah, it's satisfying. And Steven, oh, good.
And then you get to see all the trophies or of the little guys that you get at the end.
Yeah, feels good.
It was funny because when Stubbs brought it up, it made me think of an ending that is a beginning, and that man, there's so many good endings, but like one that just makes me feel all the emotions as well. But the mostly uplifting emotions is Journey. What happened, like the climactic ending, even though if you understand the context, it should be sad, is like so joyful. And then it's kind of like, if you finished Limbo, you sort of return to where you began. It's the music's just so damn good in that game.
Yeah, great pick. Well, mine has probably got to be the ending of Shadow of the Colossus. Like everything that happens after you beat the last Colossus in that game, like it's just and the way that it connects to Eco as well. Like, man. Also, shout out! I was watching a Sgdq speedrun of Eco, and I played that game like 5 times, and I didn't realize. In the final boss fight, you know how the boss like releases these like magic waves that petrify you? You can parry them just by attacking when they're about to hit you, and it makes the fight go like way faster and easier. Like just after all these years, I never knew.
That's like it's always that question whenever you are playing any sort of games, especially like bullet hell games and stuff. It's like, can I link parry like this magic? Like,
Yeah. Right, cool.
By the way, you brought up SGDQ. We haven't officially said it on the podcast, but we fundraised $500 to give to Doctors Without Borders. So thank you, everyone in the community.
Thank you so much for the community. Yeah,
great job.
Awesome. All right, sweet. Well, thanks again to Chris for sending that question. We'll move right along into the debate. So I will toss things over to you, Jonah.
All right, who's ready to get funky fresh on the debate this week? Because
I am.
We have quite the musical debate. We have Ryan representing the Artful Escape versus Travis and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
I should have brought a domino mask.
Yes, you should have. Well, the listeners could just pretend you have one.
Yeah. So let's get funky and fresh. We have the 2-minute opening, the 2-minute rebuttal, and the 2-minute closing with Steven being the assist trophy today. Go ahead and call on him when you guys are ready for him. He will add an additional 30 seconds to your debate. And, this is tough. We have 2 guests, so I guess we're going to go back old school and flip a coin to see who goes first. Ryan, heads or tails?
Tails.
Would you like to start or end the debate?
Ooh, I'll go second. I'll let Travis start.
All right, Travis, we got 2 minutes on the clock. Are you ready, sir?
Yes.
Yes? All right. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Now, you may have heard of a visual album before when it comes to music. Something like Animal Collective's Oddsack, or even something like Pink Floyd's Live at Pompeii has some visual album type elements with the showcasing of the art around Pompeii. But have you ever played a visual album game before? I don't think so. This game has music integrated from the top to the bottom. There is actually no moment playing, like when you're playing, where there's not music going on, and it's all a bop. Like pop bangers top to bottom. 3 years in a row, a song from this game was my number one most played song on Spotify. Woo! On my top 100. The song Mine. It is the number one most played song by my daughter. My 4-year-old daughter absolutely vibes with this game. And if you know anything about children and music, they're just there for vibes. And so you can tell that this game just has some bops all the way through. It's like a music rhythm game, and only in a little bit of ways. Most of the times you're not pressing buttons, you're just avoiding things. But when you do press buttons, the hits feel so good. Like they're timed perfectly, and the animation is stunning and goes with the music.
30 seconds.
Better than any other game I've ever played, other than maybe like Everyday Shooter, but that's like a whole different topic. And most importantly, this is music I would listen to not just in the background when I'm doing something else. This is music I listen to in the car when I want to bop along to something. Like, this is just straight good pop music, completely divorced from the game. And I'll cede the rest of my time.
Ooh, leaving 5 seconds on the table. All right.
Very nice open.
All right, Ryan, you got 2 minutes for your opening thoughts. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, debate.
All right, so The Artful Escape sets out to tell maybe not the most uncommon tale in people's history. You know, someone growing up being compared to someone else from their family who'd done great things with their life. This person has a similar skill, music, but wants to make his own name in life. It doesn't want to be held to the standard of someone who came before just because they share the last name. It's something everyone can relate to. There's elements in this story of this game that everyone can relate to that is just great in a little 4-hour chunk. It's not going to open up any meaningful doors, but you're going to feel empathy for these characters. Wow. You have an amazing space rock opera experience that you're getting to help animate and control the music of while it's happening. When they made an OST for this game, they had to record a playthrough of it because everyone gets slightly different music from every playthrough. You decide how long you're holding the riff button. Do you take a jump here and do a jump riff in the guitar air that someone else didn't do? Everyone's experience sounds just a little bit different, just a little bit unique, a little bit untoward themselves. You know, you're really finding your own way as you're watching this character find their own way through the universe. You're walking that same shoe with them,
30 seconds.
Just holding the X button. It leaves such a wonderful impression. The visual art style's great. The characters you meet are fun and all have their own little bit of personality within a 2 or 3 hour game. And the music you get to have, the little bit of rhythm sections that are there just make you feel so cool as you like slowly build up a chord with 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons across the controller as you play more and more. It's just an absolute blast. And it's on Game Pass.
Time. Ooh, throwing in the Game Pass plug right there at the end.
Incredible value.
What I want you to do, Jonah, is you need to splice it up when he says, like, when you're holding the X button, and, like, cut that out, and then, like, stretch out the video and just be like, controller appropriate button.
All right. now we're gonna move into the rebuttals. Remember, gentlemen, you both still have your assist trophy to use. He will add an additional 30 seconds. Travis, it is time for you to rebut. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Let me. I need to adjust my timer real quick. I forgot to. 3, 2, 1. Debate.
Look, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yums. I'm extremely against yucking people's yums. But I'll start my rebuttal off with this. Folk music is boring. I
repeat, shots fired.
I just can't get behind it, and this goes back to I was kind of laying some groundwork for the rebuttal at the end of my opening statement there. This is the kind of stuff you have on the background when you're doing something else, in my opinion. And actually, the second half of the soundtrack has more like lo-fi hip-hop beats type vibes. Like I dug the second half of the soundtrack a lot more, but still, it wasn't something I'd want to bop along to in the car on a summer day. And I'm going to pull out my assist trophy to hear Steven's spicy takes.
All right.
Okay, let's get amongst it. This music is kind of trash. This is the person who wrote this music they heard Eruption once and then thought that was the greatest song ever made. And then they tried to recreate that in a video game. The worst thing is when you jump and you start to do a jump shred again, it starts from the start. There's not enough music and it keeps repeating and it's just a mess.
Time. Travis, go ahead.
Yeah, just the vibes were not immaculate enough for my taste. And I didn't find the music to be as well integrated into the gameplay. Absolutely, there's no argument there. Not as integrated into the gameplay as Sayonara Wild Hearts. While you don't get to control the music in Sayonara Wild Hearts at all, I understand that's a point in the Artful Escape's favor, in some people's opinion.
30 seconds.
But, the biggest tragedy of Cuphead's soundtrack is that you can't include all 9 solo tracks that were recorded for each song, so you only get 1 or 2. So just like the Artful Escape, you'll never be able to translate it just like playing the game is, whereas Sayonara Wild Hearts is just curated, pure pop joy.
That it?
2, 1 time.
Yeah, that was just the most diplomatic. I can hear Simon from America's Got Talent just saying the vibes were not immaculate enough. It's gonna be a no from me.
All right, Ryan, are you ready, sir?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, debate.
All right, so let's start off with the first point of folk music. Well, folk music is the thing our main character's relative was known for. He wants to break away from the folk music, so that is not the main center point of this game. And there's a broad variety of musical sounds. All guitar, to be fair, but they definitely bounce around genres and guitar builds as you go to different worlds of the game. I think the biggest thing I have to say about Sayonara Wild Hearts is I don't understand why it has to be a game. It's a great soundtrack and would be a lovely album, but is moving left and right across the screen to pick up points while great music, admittedly fantastic music plays, a great game, or is it just a great way to deliver music to new people? Which is, to be fair, a good idea. Steven, what do you have to say?
What I have to say is exactly that. Sayonara Wild Hearts misses kineticism. For a rhythm-based game, kineticism is so important. When you pick up collectibles, they're not to the beat. There's too many right in a row. They don't follow the beat. So that's really annoying. And then when you do your QTEs, a lot of the time they go before a beat and they're not on the action. So that's its biggest lacking mistake.
Okay, Ryan, back to you.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest thing. To be fair, I haven't played Sayonara Wild Hearts. I watched some playthrough, some gameplay, and like I said, the music is fantastic. But I feel like I could just listen to the OST and not have to play it as a game, where I know if I'm listening, there's more of a reason for the Artful Escape to be a game. I'm going to get just a little bit of my own experience in the way I'm getting to connect with this game that's heavily influenced by music. My own little touches on the musical flourish, just
30
to help
seconds.
cement my own feeling. Getting to create my own character outfit was fantastic. I did not expect character customization 2/3, 3/4 of the way through that game, and it was a blast getting to go through a spaceship mall as I got to customize my character. And I'll cede my time.
Ooh, leaving 15 seconds on the table.
I'll take his 15 seconds to rebut one of his points.
You can take your 10 seconds that you already seeded from your past 2 seconds.
I only seeded like 10 seconds.
All right.
Yeah.
I was saving him to rebut a point.
Well, Travis, it is time for the closing thoughts. So if you want to rebut any points, you can do them in your closing thoughts. Closing thoughts. Clothing thoughts
right.
are what Wes has because he's in the closet.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we all support him.
Yeah. Travis, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, debate.
The thing you lose by not playing Sayonara Wild Hearts is the story, I would say. There's a really beautiful story going on that you really get through the gameplay. But I understand. And my other point is, Ryan, what's your favorite song from the Artful Escape?
Ooh, it's more of the musical vibe of the swamp planet that is extremely jazzy and prog rocky.
Okay. Listen to a song from that, and then go listen to the song called Mine, and then you cast your vote on this debate. The end.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Confidence.
All right. Leaving a minute 20 on the table. Final thoughts saying go listen to Mine.
Insane tactic for the listeners before they vote.
Yeah, I suppose. All right, Ryan, you got 2 minutes on the clock. Let's close it out. 3,
All right.
2, 1, debate.
All right, I think however the vote lies at the end of this debate, the real winners are the listeners who got introduced to some fantastic music, some short games that they can run through that have some phenomenal game music. Both of these are really great soundtracks. I am going to pump up Sayonara Wild Hearts here because I really did enjoy listening through that game's soundtrack.
He's right about everything.
I'll allow it. Just honestly, and man, just play these games. Listen to the soundtracks if you can't play them. The music's great in both of them. But I really do want to stick on the point that I really feel like Artful Escape is more of a game about music than Sayonara Wild Hearts is a game with music. And I'll cede my time.
Wow, you both leaving a minute 20 on your final thought.
Whoa.
Okay, can I take up those?
First time.
It's hard to complain about
No.
music.
Because
Steven,
I've got so many spicy takes.
Steven, we'll get your thoughts in just a minute. Kaedhen, I want to get your vote and your thoughts on the debate before we pass it over to Steven.
You know, this one is a really tough one. Like, for me personally, I think this is like one of the most even debates.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it's so tough. Like, I really appreciate a lot of what both of these games are doing, and different things about them. So, like, in this specific debate, I feel like it just comes down to my personal preference, just because like the debates are so.
Oh no, what happened? Oh no.
Yes, because he's not in the call.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Panic eyebrow moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. I don't know what happened. My Discord just decided to cut out.
To me,
When you
sometimes it
click
just
the red
stops.
button, you leave the voice server. It's crazy.
All right.
Are we still recording? Travis?
Yeah, we're still recording. All of
Okay,
that staying in. So,
Cool. Well, as I was saying, since it's coming down to personal preference, basically, because I feel like the debates are so even. You know, in terms of my musical taste, I guess like there was a time like in middle school and high school where like pop music, where like every song is about having your heart broken, like touched me on a deep emotional level, but now it just like rolls off my back and like I'm dead inside to it, I guess. So the vibes of the music in Artful Escape were more my cup of tea personally. I really liked to like, even though the main character specifically was trying to get out from under his famous uncle who was famous for folk music, like there's like kind of just as much of like the psychedelic, like, you know, sci-fi rock stuff going on as the folky stuff. And like I think like they're both just as high quality. So it's like, even though the main character is not wanting to do folk music, there's still really good folk music in that game, in my opinion. So yeah, just because it's my personal preference, I'm siding with Artful Escape.
Okay. Steven, now it is your turn.
All right. So first, the critiques of the debate. So probably 1 point off for
there's a hidden point system you don't know about.
The debate against Artful was that you brought up that the folk music is boring. That is intentional, and like even if you listen to the lyrics, it is such a it's a no effort folk song. Like it's just like random concepts. Like,
man, I was really enjoying those folk songs.
Yeah, to me it sounds like any other folk song as somebody who doesn't like folk music.
Exactly.
So like I can't tell the difference.
I would say, because I got introduced to it by Mateo from the One Up podcast, The Mountain Goats. They write some real like folk music, and it's all like concept. And you actually really get into it. It actually has a story, whereas like the folk songs would just like I'm on the river, and it's like country music but with the folk twang. Like it was just like absolutely no substance, and that's actually intentional. So to bring it up against it is sort of more in favor of Artful Escape, because that's the point, is like this person wants to break out of that and be more expressive. On the other hand, with the Artful debate, I just found like the backbeats just were not holding up. It's like it was all about the shred, and there was just not enough like drums. Like there was no point where I was listening to like an actual like full rock song. Like even at the little constant moments where you had the boss battles, it was just like do these shred sections. And again, as I said, like disparagingly, it's just like someone listened to Eruption and thought that was the greatest song ever, because I literally chucked on Eruption afterwards and listened to it and went, yeah, like Eruption's not that good of a song. Like even as an instrumental solo song, like there are so many better like rock and metal versions of Eruption out there. Because you got to have a groove, and that's what it's missing, is like, because it's not playing with a band and like grooving to the, you know, to the drums and to the bass, and having the guitar complement it. That's where there's no push and pull.
15 seconds.
But yeah, anyway, so with that in mind, even though I particularly don't love synthwave, there's definitely just stronger songs on Sayonara, and it is an even debate. And as you said, Ryan, Artful is more of a game about music, and also does Sayonara need to be a game because of the fact that you don't interact with the music. It's more, oh man, now I'm flip-flopping. I think I'm actually going to go with this. I think I'm going to go with Ryan on this one, even though I don't like Artful Escape at all.
An upset.
At all.
You just spent like 3 minutes talking crap about Artful Escape.
You don't have to play Sayonara to enjoy it. And it's like those people that say like, oh, if you use this pop punk song, it fits it as an anime opening. And it's like, you watch it and you watch the action and go, yeah, it sort of fits. Because like every now and again, it'll hit something, you know?
Time. Thank you, Steven, for your contribution to the debate today. Your point is for Ryan?
Yeah, which is interesting because it didn't start out as a point for Ryan.
He just came to that conclusion just now.
Yeah.
If the audio listeners can't tell, it's been a while since Steven's been on an episode, and he's a little bit excited to be here.
when the beat kicks in with the Cerberus, that's my favorite moment because it was actually bam on beat. Like, yeah, when the Cerberus transformation in Sayonara, great, perfect.
All right. As someone who hasn't played either of these games, I love these kinds of debates because I get to go into them completely blind and then just base, I guess, my opinion off of what the debaters bring. And Travis, you were bringing some strong vibes about mine, and I definitely want to check out that song, but it wouldn't be the great game debate if we weren't talking about just the gameplay. And you know what? While I got some gameplay elements and stuff brought to my attention about Sayonara Wild Hearts, I think Ryan really went into the gameplay as well as the music. So I think I'm going to have to give my point to Ryan on this one. And I'm sorry, Travis, but I think Ryan just brought it a little bit better. This was honestly one of the most even tier debates. Like, I knew bringing both you guys on to go head to head about a music debate would be fantastic.
Did you guys expect us to bring something like this to the debate, like games wise?
If it was near Automata, that would have been an easy one.
But did you expect us to bring something where the music was so integrated into the gameplay?
I was expecting something wholly unique from both of you guys, and we got that. Yeah. You guys brought exactly what I was expecting. I didn't know what to expect, and you guys.
The hardest thing is deciding the rules of any debate, and like to say that it's obviously it's a music video game. If it was just about music, this would be a hands down victory for Sayonara Wild Hearts. Like, no questions asked. Like, the music is so much better.
I got my ass handed to me in my last debate. Like, I got no votes for me on Dead Space versus Outlast because I focused more on the gameplay.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, on the podcast, everybody voted against me, but I ended up winning.
All right, but then
having like the opposite argument this time. It's like last time I lost the debate on the podcast because I didn't focus enough on the horror, but now Travis is easy because he focused too much on the music. So it's rigged. Who cares?
Yeah, it's all rigged. So like again, when we go to the viewers, it'll be the opposite. Like, votes.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, if you guys want to get your votes in, you can go off the comment section on the YouTube page. Just throw in your vote there. And you can vote on the Discord on the cast your vote. And with that, I'll transition over to our last debate, which was the Persona 5 Confidants debate with Jesse Vitelli representing Akechi versus Wes Bates doing Miss Kawakami, and Wes took the win with, I believe it was 6-3.
I mean, he better have. She has the best confidant ability in the game. Like,
that's what he said.
Wash my clothes, please.
No, let me come out of the palace and go do some more stuff, baby.
I don't think I ever did the massage. Maybe I just felt too uncomfortable. Like, I always just got her to wash my clothes.
Best confidant ability in the game.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I am actively with a Miss Kawakami in my life, but not in a uneven student teacher role. So yeah,
I was gonna say, where are you going with this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our debate, and we'll see you in the pitch.
All right, we're rolling right into the pitch where our panelists will have 2 minutes to present a game to the rest of the panelists, and we'll each decide if we want to buy the game before it is revealed. So I think we'll have Ryan, Travis, and Jonah pitching this week. Jonah, I'll go ahead and tee you up since you can kind of show our guests how it's done. So probably need to get a timer going for you.
Okay. I'll keep time for the other contestants. Oh.
All right, 3, 2, 1, pitch.
All right. Let's go back in time a little bit. Remember the good old times when you're hanging out with the homies, rocking out to some music? And, you know, this was a time when music wasn't just to get views on TikTok or YouTube. This was a time when people made music to make music and have a good time. The best time of music, some might say. These games had loads and loads and loads of good music, spanning the range of heavy guitar influenced music and, you know, some sappy poppy stuff. I'm not gonna have a long pitch on this one, but the real thing about this music was hanging out with the homies, actually playing the music, and just having a good time. Whether it was too hard and you fail and you're just laughing because you couldn't keep up with it, or it's too easy and you guys are just vibing and having a good time. Simple gameplay, 1 to, in some games, up to 7 players or 8 players even. And yeah, that'll be my pitch.
Now, as this is a pitch meeting, I heard you say something really interesting, and you said you're talking about TikTok. Now, do you think there is TikTok integration we could have with this video game? Because that's the most thing I'm interested in as a board member. Because, like,
I mean, I have seen it on TikTok recently. Some of the diehards still play it on TikTok.
All right, everybody must make a decision. Travis, are you buying this mystery game?
No.
Ryan, are you buying this mystery game?
Do I have a budget?
I mean, that's up to you.
I'll buy it. I'm in.
How much space is this game going to take up?
Too much space.
I like the TikTok angle. I'm feeling that, like, there could be potential money in this investment.
Maybe if we can get NFTs involved somehow. He's going with no. Okay, yeah. Okay. This reminds me of better days when I was younger. Times were simpler. And I just vibed with my bros after school during the summer. So nostalgia's getting me. So I'm gonna say yes, Jonah.
Hell yeah. The game was Rock Band 3, baby.
All right.
Actually, just all those games in general, but like Rock Band 3 is the one that you could play.
So, how many instruments can you have going? Like 2 guitars, a bass, drums.
Yeah, so you could have a vocalist, or you could have 3 vocalists, actually. You could have backup singers. You could have guitar, bass, drums, and then you could have the keyboard. That was when they had the keyboard. And so you could either have you have 3 people singing, or you could have people playing instruments sing while playing, which I think would be insanely difficult, but...
Do you know how expensive these controllers have gotten?
Are they?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Oh my god, you're going to be spending... Yeah, I mean, a Rock Band 3 Fender Telecaster is $250 on eBay right now.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get a bunch of controllers together for a big friend party, you're looking to drop a few $100. Worth it, in my opinion.
There's gotta be like 3D printed controllers nowadays for it that are...
Like, the hardest thing is we're too old. Like, but if you are like literally like 18 and you're just about to like go to uni or whatever, like, hell yeah, pick up Rock Band. If you can find it cheap at like a flea market or an opportunity shop or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, cause I saw DJ Hero for like $20 at
oh my
like,
god,
Salvation
DJ
Army
Hero, dude.
And I was like almost. I was like, oh, I shouldn't.
DJ Hero was so awesome, dude.
Yeah, I got a PS3 for it. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
DJ Hero.
Thanks for the pitch, Jonah.
Yeah.
I think in hindsight, probably will buy the game considering the cost and the space investment. But moving along, next up to the pitcher's mound will be Travis. Jonah, if you'd like to count him down.
3, 2, 1. Oh God, I was trying to unlock my phone. Go!
I'd like you all to cast your mind back to a simpler time. A time when we were all stuck inside. And bean-based games were dominating the world.
Okay.
Flicking or...
Now cast your mind back to the fact that one of those bean-based games was fun for a while, but got kind of stale after a while. Now, what if I told you that one of these games has gone free to play and has had 6 ensuing seasons in which more and more activities have been added to the game, more and more different playlists have been added to the game, more costumes, more ways to acquire signs of royalty, one might say, and had full crossplay integration and was just fun for the whole family. What if I told you that all happened just a couple weeks ago and you could be a part of it for the low price of no dollars? Does that sound like something that you guys might be interested in? Because I know I've sold a lot of people on this lately, and I'm betting I could sell you too.
From Ogdenville to North Haverbrook.
Yeah. What he said.
30 seconds.
Need I say more? It's colorful. It's got tunes that remind you of Splatoon. It's got fun physics. You can hug your friends. I like to hug Brian. He doesn't like to be hugged as much as I like to hug him. But my wife a little bit more about this every night.
The funky music.
The funky music. It goes.
And time.
Remix. We don't want to get flagged for that. Remix.
I'm already sold. If this is what I think it is, my wife and I were playing this last night, actually. So I'm in.
You're playing with the bean.
We're playing with the bean last night.
Yeah, exactly. What color bean was she? Too private of a question.
It was. It turned blue.
Ooh, maybe a little bit too much pressure there.
It was a little poutine too.
I don't know what that means, and I don't know that I want to know.
Yeah.
Poutine is a cat. It's a little comic cat that.
Oh yeah. My wife also looking pretty poutine.
Off the rails.
Oh dear God.
I started playing this game when it first came out and never truly stopped. If it's what I think it is, once a month or so I play with a buddy online, and so I'm in, baby. I'm in.
If you have 10 players, you can do custom lobbies.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I'm definitely in. I've been playing.
I didn't know about.
Oh, go ahead, Steven.
No, go. You're on.
Travis and I have been playing with each other's beans for a little while. And it's been a blast.
Bean blast.
Yep,
That's a new move in Pokemon Gen 9, right? Sprigatito, bean blast.
LeChonk. Come on, let's get the correct Pokemon memes.
Oh my God.
As you were saying, Steven.
Content warning on this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my. Should I say that? But my son has been playing this game. I'm not going to go into any more sexual overtones here when I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steven.
Very appropriate of you.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know about the whole. First of all, I don't know where I missed the crossplay part, but I didn't know it was fully crossplay, and the 10 people private rooms and stuff. That's super dope. So I think I'm gonna have to find some space on my systems and download this everywhere. Yeah, hell yeah.
So you're saying everybody is picking up Fall Guys?
Everybody.
I should have said Among Us. Shoot, hold on. You're saying everyone's picking up Among Us.
I didn't realize the 6 seasons either, like, had been going on the whole time.
Yeah, so there are so many games now, and they it seems like they shift up what games are in the playlists every week or so. The best thing, in my opinion, is that there's a thing called Squad Show now, and you accumulate points based on where you finish with your squad, and everybody gets to keep playing if your squad qualifies. So you don't have to do solos, and then one person goes out on the first round and they have to sit there for 15 minutes and watch the rest of the show and not get to play. Everyone can keep playing and stuff, and they do 2-day limited playlists of different varieties of games and stuff that shift up all the time. It's just gotten so many quality of life upgrades, and it still feels great. It's a lot of fun. We should put together a Draftpunks and Sgdq custom game night.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was thinking about doing a big giveaway kind of thing focused on that with Fall Guys, because we just got our Redbubble paycheck in, and so I think it's giveaway time here pretty soon.
All right, sorry to pitch a game that everybody was already in on.
Oh, well, I mean,
easy sell.
Easy sell.
Easy sell, yeah. That was in your favor. All right, thank you, Travis. Next up to the pitcher's mound will be Ryan and Jonah. Feel free to count them down.
A 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, everybody. First off, let's start real quick. This game requires multiplayer, but only one person has to purchase it. So if you've got a group of 4 or 5 people that get together, you can pick this up for pretty cheap. It's $20 on Steam, and only one person has to own the full copy. It has fully customizable music. You can upload whatever file you want for the music. It has, we've all played an RPG. We all enjoy a good role-playing game every now and again, right? What if you got to customize, fully create your own RPG that you got to send your friends through? This game, I'm just going to spoil it. This is the RPG Engine.
Okay.
I know I've shown Jonah this, and I've talked to Kaedhen about it recently. This is a virtual tabletop for Dungeons & Dragons in full 3D. I have recently put about 20 hours in creating maps, and will soon be running a campaign using this virtual tabletop. I'm extremely excited. It has some fantastic tools for map creation that really simplify broad-scale map creation, in my opinion. And the fully factored in, it's got over 4,000 pre-created assets that you can drop in place and put around in the world. And not just high fantasy, there's also sci-fi and Midwestern assets as well. And all of this was done by one guy, one madman who was like, I want something better than Roll20. I want something more realistic than Foundry. I haven't ran with it yet. That'll happen soon, but the creation process has been lovely and not overbearing as a DM, and I'm really excited to see the realistic switch.
Time. So this pitch is Ryan's shout out there. He's pitching for people to come join his D&D sessions. You can Kaedhen, what's that website you use?
Start playing?
Yeah, you can find Ryan there. It's $20 a person per sesh. I'll go ahead and
I probably should.
This is serious or not. Yeah.
It's not. I don't have an account there.
It'll seriously be a unique, from what I've seen on Start Playing, most people use Foundry or Roll20, so yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm in. I play D&D 5 times a week, so it sounds like a really cool tool. That
don't brag about it or anything.
Right. How much does it cost? You said just $20?
$20 on Steam.
Oh,
yep.
Is it an early access or?
It's still in early access. Yeah. I mean, when I first heard about it, I heard that there were over 2,000 assets, and then when I downloaded it, there were over 4,000.
Yeah,
assets.
this is the kind of thing I just imagine will keep growing. So
yeah, and I mean, it's got connection to Steam Workshop. I've uploaded a little bit more than half a dozen creations that I've made into the Steam Workshop because I kind of want to see I want to be the change I see in the world, and I hope this catches on. And when I need to find an oven, I can just Google oven on this Steam Workshop and I can find what I need.
What about you, Travis? Are you going to drop $20 on this virtual D&D map machine and fulfill your dreams of becoming a D&D game master?
You're muted.
Man, I did a really dramatic no. I am not I don't have a creative bone in my body. I have trouble with spatial reasoning, and I can't form pictures in my head. So no.
That's perfect for you, because then you don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to picture it in your head.
This removes theater of mind.
I have no imagination.
Well, the nice
would
thing
you download the demo to play with me?
I mean, I'll download the demo to play with you for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I guess because like my GGD relationship is purely financial one, so if I actually had friends, then I'd be in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that you're saying that while you have the logo.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. Like when my check's clear and stuff, then it's like sometimes then I'll come in for a meeting like early and stuff. But yeah. Otherwise.
All right, you got a 50-50, Ryan. Could be worse.
I'll take it. Look, we would need more players at the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Right. Non-game related, quick shout out. If you want to play D&D and your only thought is, we don't have a DM in my friend group, be that DM. I was that person. I was the one saying, we don't have a DM. I became the DM, and I've never looked back, and it's been an absolute blast. Be the DM. It's not that hard.
I concur. All right, well, that's the pitch. And also our tip to, drag people into the cult that's D&D. So thank you for participating, and we'll be right back with the game. All right, now it's time for the game. Unfortunately, we don't have our resident game master, Wes, with us this week, so I'll try to fill in his stead. We'll be playing video game 20 questions this week. So just a quick reminder of the rules. You'll each have round robin, 20 seconds to ask a yes or no question, and after 7 questions, you'll have a minute to confer. And after 20 questions, you'll have 1 chance to guess the game. I wrote the game down before we started the podcast, so I guess I could just be lying when I say that, but I'm trying to say I'm not tricking you. So with that, we'll go and start. We'll start with, on my end, clockwise, Ryan, Travis, Jonah, Steven. So just a second. Ryan, I'll count you down. You'll have 20 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Did this game come out after 2006?
Yes. All right, Travis.
Is this game exclusive to a console family?
No. John.
Is this game a multiplayer game?
Yes. Steven.
Okay. Is it predominantly a first-person game?
No. Ryan.
Was this game developed by a Japanese developer?
No. Travis.
Did this game come out after 2010?
Yes. All right, Jonah.
Is this game on the PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, or Xbox One generation consoles?
It is on those consoles, yes. All right, so that's 7 questions. You have 1 minute to talk amongst yourselves.
All right, so multiplayer, Western, third person.
It's Fall Guys.
Could be, yeah.
It could actually be.
And we didn't get much else other than that, really.
Not
Western.
Japanese dev. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying Western. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we can ask if it has a single player.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it was a very definitive yes. This is a multiplayer game. Was the only
don't read too much into it.
Well, that's the question though. Like, how do we ask the question? Because like Fall Guys has a single player mode, but it's you play by yourself in the multiplayer. So that's
I guess
you really just narrow it down and say
you'd ask to have a campaign
or have the word fall in it or something,
or a story mode.
Guys,
it's fall. All right, your 1 minute is up.
Well.
Cease.
Okay.
All right, so Judd, I believe you went last, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Steven, you have 20 seconds.
Okay, let's go with, is this a fighting game?
No.
All right, I may have just thought of a question that broke this game. Is this on Game Pass?
I don't know. This is the game.
I
you
was
have a free minute to talk amongst
we
yourselves.
have a mulligan, and
I was going to ask, is this game on any Game Pass type service, including PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Plus Net?
Including Stadia. We need to know about the Stadia details. Because that narrows it down to 17 games.
Okay, I may be incorrect, but as far as I can tell, it is not on Game Pass. All right, Travis.
Okay, that gets rid of 400 games.
I mean, hey, that's 400 games we didn't know about.
Yeah, 10 seconds, Travis.
Does the multiplayer in this game involve more than 8 people?
No.
Oh.
All right, Jenna.
Is this a party-styled game?
No.
Okay.
Does this game have Monster Hunter in the title?
No.
Oh.
I see why you would go there, though. Ryan, you have 30 seconds.
Is this game player versus player?
It has player versus player. I don't want to... I'm breaking the rules here with a yes or no. It's not PvP focused, but technically it has PvP.
Okay.
All right, Travis.
Is this game aiming for photorealistic style graphics?
I would say no.
Okay.
But that could be misleading. It's like slightly stylized.
It's stylized.
It's not Borderlands, is what we got from that.
It's not Borderlands, but it's not The Last of Us Part 2. So. All right, you have 1 minute to discuss your findings.
Man, okay, so is everyone thinking along the lines of it's either going to be a 3v3 or a 4-player co-op-ish thing?
Well, he said it has a PvP element, but it sounds
more
like
PvE
is the focus.
Yeah.
So
well, I guess technically Dark Souls is a multiplayer game.
I'm thinking like Fortnite, because Fortnite is PvE.
No, but
it's
less than 8
PvP.
Less than 8 people.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
How dare you?
Wow, the dead man.
Yeah.
I respect
it. Yeah, I'm thinking Souls, Division would be more than 8 people.
Yeah, it's more than 8. Maybe more than 8. No,
what other games in that era have like just a small group multiplayer that
could this be like Divinity?
Shooting photorealistic graphics.
Oh yeah, it could be Divinity.
Does that have a PvP element?
I mean, kind of like you could attack another player, but I don't
think that fits the way that Kaedhen answered that question.
We need to get the genre. That's like we need to get the genre. Is probably one of the things.
It's not a party game.
Which Divinity technically would be a party game because you play as a party of characters.
Yeah, but is that metagaming?
Well, Kaedhen's shaking his head at it.
Just to clarify here, so you don't get too off the rails. Like, to me, a party game is like...
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You're being serious about...
No, I wasn't being serious. I was making a stupid-ass joke.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive in on genre and try and get that, or are we just gonna...
because we got 6 questions left.
Best idea. Yeah.
Okay.
I may, in hindsight, say there's no PvP because it's not. I don't want to mislead you. Like technically, there's PvP, but there's not like a mode where the goal is to kill other players to progress.
You can just duel people in your party.
You can just
right?
kill people,
like Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot that you were on a timer, so you've been discussing for 2.5 minutes. So we're gonna.
Okay, I was like, this is a really long minute.
Steven, no,
it's me.
You're going next. Okay. All right, Jenna, you have 20 seconds.
Is this an RPG?
Yes. All right. Steven, you're up.
Less than 8 people. RPG. Jesus, Western developed. Have to keep remembering that.
Not Japanese developed.
Not Japanese
Different
developed.
thing.
You've only got 20 seconds, dude.
I live in Australia. We're not in the West.
Seconds.
I don't know.
2 seconds.
Is it squad based? Or like, as in like, you're playing co-op, like.
The co-op.
multiplayer?
Yes, it's co-op multiplayer. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Not that helps anything.
Guys,
but
I
I'm
think
just ran out of time.
I think it's Anthem.
All right, Ryan.
Does this game have a high fantasy setting?
Yes. I think Ryan probably knows it by now. Travis?
That didn't help me. Can I pass my question?
No,
on?
just ask a question.
Get more dates. I don't know.
5 seconds.
Who knows?
Does this game have Baldur's in the name?
No. Jonah.
Does the game have divinity in the name?
Yes.
Okay. Does
Think carefully
the
about your
game,
question, Steven.
does the game have 2 in the name?
Yes.
Divinity 2, Original Sin.
No! Divinity Original Sin 2. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's clear here, Ryan. If you want to send it home.
Is this Divinity Original Sin 2?
Yes, that is the correct answer. I might have made it too easy, but once you guys started being like, no, it couldn't be Divinity because he said PvP, I had to walk it back, but it is what it is. You guys are smart people.
Are we?
I've been playing.
Are we really
lately?
All right. Well, that has been the game. Hopefully, I filled Wes's shoes adequately, and that brings us to the end of the podcast. We made it, folks. Thanks for showing up. We'll go around and have a final word. I'll let Jonah kick it off if you have any great game debate housekeeping to take care of.
One more time, big thank you to everyone who donated for our group Sgdq giveaway. I hope everyone who donated and won the prizes have either gotten their prizes or are on their way. We gave away 2 Crow Smack posters, a GGD shirt like the one that Steven is wearing, and we gave away 4 $25 PlayStation gift cards just because everyone was so generous in donating. So thank you. We haven't had a game club since Chicory, so I think the other admins of the Discord and I are going to get together and we might come up with another game to play, just to hang out with everyone in the community and talk about some focused game talk, I guess. Yeah. Let's get together, play some Fall Guys, Fortnite, I don't know, one of these cool fun games. Probably some Fall Guys though, for sure, near future.
All right. Again, shout out to Zach and Hunter from the Brothers Pearson for helping us organize that and providing a lot of the prizes. You guys are awesome.
Yes, sir.
And Steven, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Just back on music, I'm going to say...
Oh, dear.
Damn it. What's it called? Check out the song Like a Villain. That's such a good song by... And I can't remember their name, so pass it on and I'll come back to me.
All right. Travis, final thoughts, and feel free, you and Ryan, to plug anything that you'd like to plug during the final thoughts.
Thank you so much for having me. I don't really have anything to plug. We have an episode in the tank. It just hasn't released yet.
I'm super excited for that.
I'm not sure when our great return to form will be. I have a regular job schedule, but things are kind of in toss-up right now, but we'll be back sometime.
All right. Ryan, final thoughts?
Yeah, check out the Spelunkers. The only show we've really got going on regularly right now is Gotta Rank 'Em All. We recently had Steven on to hear all his spiciest Pokemon takes that we could possibly handle.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
No, we did it willingly. That was the craziest part about it all. Kaedhen, it was great having lunch the other day. I love that we live very close to each other. That was lovely.
Still jealous, but that's okay.
I'm sorry we're an entire country away.
It's all good.
Literally. Yeah.
I guess honestly the biggest plug is please play Dungeons and Dragons. Get together, find some friends, play some tabletop role-playing games, because goddamn they're a blast.
If you're looking for people to play with, join the GGD. We've got plenty of people willing to play. If you want to start a campaign, we have a place for you to play online. And if you're looking for a DM, we'll put a link to Kaedhen's thing that he's got going on to help support our guy over here.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And on the topic of music, go on to YouTube and search Galactic Mermaid when your children aren't in the room and have a good time.
Heck yeah. All right. My final thoughts. I just want to thank Ryan and Travis for coming on once again. Pleasure to catch up with you guys as always. You're awesome. And what are my final thoughts? I'm really excited about...
Plug.
Oh, you want me to plug it?
Yeah,
okay. Well,
plug it.
I've started professionally game mastering for D&D. There's this really cool, relatively new website called startplaying.games you can check out just to find anyone, but it's for looking specifically for a game master that you can hire to play. And they have different prices and schedules, but the benefit to doing that is you're getting someone who's serious enough about it to want to do it for money, and you're playing with other players who are serious about it, that they're willing to spend money on it. So, a pitfall of a lot of D&D campaigns is people just don't have the commitment and it falls through. But, people are generally a lot more committed and serious about it on Start Playing because they're spending money on it. But yeah, it's a really cool website. They pretty much have games for like any game system you can think of. So check it out. It's cool. And my final thought is I'm really excited about the new campaign setting coming out for D&D this year called Spelljammer. It's like a revival of like an old it actually kind of reminds me of Artful Escape. It's like space travel in D&D, but it's like psychedelic wizard spaceships. So that'll be really cool. But yeah, that's it. And as always, happy gaming. Bye.
Bye.
Like a Villain by Bad Omens. Check it.
Oh, okay.
As always, a big thank you to our friend Misdriven for the music in our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to check out more of what they have, you can pay them a visit on Twitter at MISTRIVEN719 or on Bandcamp at Misdriven. Thanks again for tuning in. Till next time.